get this day started for you. So this will actually be the energy for today that you're currently working with, as well as what's coming in for the current week. So again, this is for Cancer and for the today's energy, which is November 7th, as well as the current week. So right now, and how I read my cards just briefly, is I do the major arcana as your largest energy that would be impacting you. And then we also have the follow-up cards, which would be your minor arcana. So of course, these are the things, the little ins and outs of the day that would be affecting you. So currently what I see here is that you are reflecting on your emotional connections. Now this can represent family, doesn't have to be family direct, can be family, that extended family, people that you consider family, or actual family, lineage, bloodline, that kind of thing. But either way, I feel like you're reflecting on your emotional connection and something relating around family or stability for you. So again, it's you know, and your extended family or home life. I feel like you're in a space of really wanting peace and harmony. There's something here that kind of suggests that you're really focusing on that to date. Now, there's also energy here of you becoming clear on what it is that you want. So it does suggest some kind of new clarity or an important realization that's coming through, more of a breakthrough moment. And I feel like this is where you're getting honest with yourself and sort of figuring a way. It's been a bit of a battle here with the Five of Swords. So conflict, inner conflict, guilt, tension, regret about something that might have been said or done or not done. But either way, I feel like you're turning over that feeling or that argument self, you know, where you felt you had to defend yourself emotionally, things along that line. And you are now in a space of trying to find some level of peace or harmony because, again, there's a breakthrough moment here. So there is also some energy around, so have the Six of Pentacles coming through, and that is an indicator there's a strong desire, especially with the Ace of Wands as the follow-up card. It's a strong desire to really rebalance things again, regain some sense of fairness, or a strong desire to start life again. You know, start something fresh. I feel like you're thinking about how to contribute, you know, in the world, or how to balance things out by giving and taking. You know, you're more willing to receive or receive help. You're more willing to give of yourself, your time. But either way, I feel like it's the first step towards something new for you. So I would say that this is helping you to balance out those scales. Now we also have the card of the Queen of Wands as well as the Queen of Pentacles. Really good cards for action, as well as impacting your finances, as well as your stability and grounding things here. So I do feel like, again, there's more cards coming through about balance and, you know, you seeking some desire for nurturing versus independence. So it's almost like there's two influences here. One that's kind of mirroring you, could also be focusing on a mother figure, or again, this is, hi Josh. Could be also focusing on a mother figure or somebody who represents as a charismatic Aries, Leo, Sagittarius kind of energy. But I feel like this is something in around that energy of, you know, you're learning how to balance out those energies, you know, be caring and independent, and you're balancing out the energies between those two things. So it's like a comfort, or a level of comfort and freedom at the same time. You could also be around someone here that could be considered as a caregiver, something to that effect. But there's also something here about two influences, again, that they likely mirror you. So I feel like one is the grounded caregiving energy, and could also be, you know, one or of the same person, somebody who's energetic and charismatic and has a lot more visibility in some way. So now we're moving into what's ahead for the rest of this week. Oh, before I get to that, I just want to say the Wheel of Fortune is also here. So that impacts the reading by you indicating there's some big changes that you're making here, and you're at a turning point in that cycle. So things are really in a huge shift for you. Now, we also have the cards of the Page of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of research, a lot of digging around. There's a lot of information that you're trying to seek here in starting something new, because the Wheel of Fortune, again, was what underlied that turning point. So there's something of a cycle that's shifting for you, and it's almost like fate or timing is pushing you to reflect, but also to reset your behavior, your mindset, all of that. I would say that you, again, there may have been some level of escapism or whatever over this past short while, but I feel like you're starting to see things clearly again. And overall, I feel like the focus, as I said, was on family, balance, emotional peace. Especially for this morning, I feel like you're really trying to turn a page here. So it just feels like you're being guided now by fate or a life cycle, which is the wheel of, and that's where it's bringing in more clarity, responsibility, taking responsibility for yourself and moving ahead in a more controlled measure. Now, the Page of Swords, like I said, this is kind of the theme for the week, is learning and movement, and it's rebuilding that confidence after tension. So I feel like you're starting to find your footing again. So there is something here of being alert and, observant, and you're much more mentally active and curious about something new. So you could be seeing or asking questions or researching or figuring out, something about how to respond, how to make the next move. But it shows you focusing on awakening and wanting to understand yourself and others better. And again, even with that Queen of Wands energy with the Queen of Pentacles, queens are all about, it's more of a mature energy. It's not kings, but it is the queens, so it means it's more of a receptive, still learning kind of energy, but it is still a mature energy. So there's something here about bringing confidence and charisma and self-expression to you this week. So I feel like there's going to be some moments of motivation or pride, something that's going to make you feel proud about what you've done. This week is showing through, and of course that's because the Six of Wands is here, but we'll get to that in a second. And that was the card overall energy around the end, like that's the measure of the whole of the week, with the big change as the Wheel of Fortune, and then the bottom card as well again was the Six of Wands. So big changes this week, and it is bringing you some sense of success. Now, there is also some level of a lot of nostalgia going on. Could be dealing with children, could also be dealing with, people from the past. Either way, you're reconnecting with an old friend or revisiting something of the past that feels comforting for you. And it might even be that you're missing simpler times or feeling kind of sentimental about family or childhood, things along that line. There's still a little bit of friction because of that Five of Wands there, but that internal conflict or external challenge is something that is minor. It's not major, and of course you're just being tested. Your patience is being tested, your confidence is being tested, and the key lesson is: did you learn to express yourself without fighting through it? Were you able to balance it out? Because the whole point of balancing out your energies means that your chakras will be activated when things are balanced, and so you have more divine access to you. So again, the six, this not only the Six of Wands, but there's also, you have the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Cups, you have the Six of Swords here. That's 3 sixes. Sorry, guys. So when you have 3 sixes in the reading itself, certainly it is you able to put yourself in some distance from some conflict and difficulty with that Six of Swords. But it is also an indication of bringing restoration and balance. So again, there's something here where the lesson's been learned through the challenge, and it's beginning to settle into an understanding and some level of peace. So I would also say that this is a phase of realignment and maturity and emotional recalibration for you. I feel like you're learning how to find calm, cooperate, and move forward, move away from chaos, that kind of thing. Because the Six of Cups is also emotional healing. It's reconnecting with parts of yourself that feel pure and innocent and loving. And it could be that you're remembering who you really are beneath your defenses. So there is a feeling of warmth towards you or towards your past. And the nostalgia is helping you to heal in some way. So again, it's a mental transition with the Swords. And again, I feel like you're moving away from that emotional turbulence toward clear thoughts, calmer waters, all of that. It's like a mental recovery and a new understanding. And it's quiet progress, really. And then when we get to Six of Wands, which again is the card at the bottom of the deck. Sorry, and I forgot to mention that you did have the Five of Wands there. Forgot to pull that one through. But with that Six of Wands energy, this is where you're regaining self-respect and confidence. The struggle, you'll experience some kind of a win, not necessarily public or fame, but it could be. But it's certainly an inner validation, that you're capable and that you're seen and you're being respected in some way, and that you do respect yourself in some way. So, and with the 3 sixes there, it's not negative. It does represent balance between the material and the spiritual elements of things. It's harmony between your heart, your mind, and your actions. So everything in that respect is aligning internally after a period of balance, because the cups represent you're grounding the emotions and you're focusing on mind, which is the Six of Swords, and you're channeling that energy purposefully, which is the Six of Wands. So I do feel like you're at the beginning of centering yourself in some way, and everything is starting to move in the same direction. You know, your willpower, your emotions, your thoughts. So it's a major healing milestone this week, and I'm sure it will travel on a little bit beyond, but this is where it starts. Oh, thank you very much, Pop. I really appreciate that. But yeah, overall, I feel like this is healing, maturity, alignment, and things are starting to flow for you. And that's how the energy for this week will unfold. And then just lastly, just to kind of wrap it up, I feel like, again, there is a victory and a recognition, something that you've accomplished by the week's end. And I feel like you're proud of these small wins. You know, you're noticed by others, or you're just simply moving more confident in yourself, and you're slowly rebuilding your self-belief, and you're learning to manage your energy in a more mature way. Again, overall, there's progress, you know, moving away from the chaos and tension. So you're shifting forward, and I feel like it will be changing your environment or your perspective on life. So again, overall, the week is about mental clarity, being confident, and you're in a period of transition. And it's certainly watching and learning and regaining your courage, your reflect kindnesses and memories, and, you know, moving through the tension, the challenges with a lot more confidence. And again, it's toward more inner peace and success. So that's you reconnecting with your sense of purpose. And it's like you're coming out of the fog and moving into a place of more warmth. So that's what I have for you for today and this week. Keep moving forward, guys. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be.